All right, let's turn back to Ottawa and CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver. She joins us this morning. Hi there, Annie.
Hi, Marcia.
All right, so let's begin with Freeland. We heard the Prime Minister there say that there was going to obviously be a by-election in her riding as well as a number of others. What does her absence mean?
Well, right now, the Liberal government is at 171 seats. So that means they are one seat from a majority government. For the Liberals, this gives them a lot of security, especially with big votes like the budget implementation bill coming up later this month and in the coming months. So right now, they're in a pretty secure position, very close to a majority. They're able to more easily get bills passed. What this resignation means, whenever it happens, is that now the Liberals will be 2 seats from that. So that means they need to get 2 members. So whether that's 2 people from the NDP, Liz May, and somebody else to abstain. It changes the math here in terms of what type of support the Liberals need from other parties to be able to reach that threshold to get their bills passed. And again, you know, the budget implementation bill, a vote on that is coming up sometime in the next few weeks or early next few months. And that is a crucial bill that they need to get passed. So essentially what her potential eventual resignation means is that it just changes the math here for the Liberal government. And it also triggers a by-election at some point. The Liberals will have about 180 days, or the government, I should say, will have 180 days from whenever she vacates to call a by-election. And this means they have to, the Liberal Party has to find a candidate to put into this safe Liberal seat and run an election campaign. Now, of course, this is a very safe seat in downtown Toronto, but anything can happen. We have seen safe seats flip before. Look at Poilievre, for example, in the most recent federal election. He lost that seat in Carleton, which had been a safe Conservative seat for him for years. So a lot of things can go wrong and go right in a by-election. So again, it really just changes the math here and provides a little bit less confidence for the Liberal government moving forward.
Yeah, and changes the landscape a bit, Annie. We have seen and heard so much of Chrystia Freeland over these past few years playing a very prominent role in the Liberal government.
That's true, but it is important to note that I think she signaled that she was, slowly moving away from this Liberal government for quite some time. She stepped out of cabinet. She got this position as a special representative for the reconstruction of Ukraine, which is essentially a parliamentary secretary position. That was something the Prime Minister gave her. Not that long ago, she also was appointed to the Rhodes Trust, meaning that she was going to be moving to Oxford July 1st. And even when that happened and she announced this role with the Rhodes Scholarship Foundation, a lot of people were questioning how she could continue on as an MP while not even living in Canada. She has to move to Oxford for this position. So Freeland has really been signaling that she was trying to slowly move out of the government and move out of politics and retire. I think questions now are, well, why isn't she resigning immediately? When exactly is she going to resign? Freeland has said that she's going to be resigning sometime in the coming weeks, but does that mean that she immediately will no longer be an MP? Or is she going to announce a resignation date at a later date? So there are still some details here that need to be worked out. But you are right that she has been steadfast in the Liberal government under the Trudeau years for many years. She was also a very close friend to Carney, a very close ally for him. And here is another senior MP who is now leaving the ranks of the Liberal government. It's also important to note that there is potentially some other math changing here too. There are lots of rumors, and we have been told through sources over the last few months that potentially Wilkinson, who's the former Environment Minister, Jonathan Wilkinson, may be leaving to get an ambassador-type position overseas. Same with Bill Blair, the former Defense Minister. He had been rumored to be in line for a potential ambassador position as well. So there are 2 more former cabinet ministers, 2 steadfast, long-term presences in the Liberal government who may be in line for other positions, and that could also trigger more by-elections and again really complicate the math here for Carney.
Annie Bergeron-Oliver for us from the Ottawa Bureau. Annie, thanks for all that. We'll check in with you later this morning. Turning now to